Namaskar. In today's session, we are going to discuss about the science script writing or science scripting for radio broadcasting. Science surrounds us, whether it is the air we breathe, the food we eat, or the technology we use every day. Yet, for the common listeners, science often appears complex and inaccessible. Radio, with its simplicity, reach, and intimacy, has historically been one of the most powerful media to communicate science to the public. Radio relies solely on the spoken word, sound effects, and music to capture imagination. This makes the script the backbone of any radio science program. For an undergraduate student aspiring to enter media, journalism, or science communication, learning the art of science script writing for radio is crucial. It demands not only clarity of scientific knowledge but also the creativity to present it in a conversational, engaging, and listener friendly way. So, science script writing or science scripting या विज्ञान आलेखन for radio means crafting content that explains scientific facts, discoveries, processes, and debates in an engaging, simple, and accurate manner. It is both informative and entertaining, means edutainment, and the goal is to make science accessible, enjoyable, and trustworthy for diverse audiences. So, why radio for science communication? So, because of reach and immediacy. Radio reaches rural and urban listeners, cutting across literacy barriers. Radio can respond quickly to new scientific development like health advisories, weather updates, and so on. Imagination without visuals, radio sparks imagination using words, voices, and sounds. And legacy in India, Akashvani played a pioneering role with science programs like Vigyan Jagat, Science Magazine, Vigyan Bharati, and so many other programs. So, qualities of a good science radio script. So, first of all, clarity. Use everyday language, avoid jargon, or explain it simply. Accuracy is another important aspect. Verify facts and data, no exaggeration. Engagement. Use stories, analogies, anecdotes, or humor to engage your audience with storytelling and brevity. Short sentences, easy flow listeners cannot rewind live radio, right? So, audience centric. Consider age, interest, and knowledge level of listeners. And science news and updates, science talks, interviews, features, documentaries are the main, we can say, genres of science radio programs or types of science radio programs. So, science news and updates are short bulletins on new discoveries. Science talks or interviews with scientists, doctors, or innovators. Features and documentaries is scripted, narrative driven with sound design. So, phone in program are some other aspect of the type of program, listeners' interaction with experts. Community radio science shows, local issues like farming, health, weather updates. Science podcast are another interesting aspect of radio, and modern extension of radio storytelling is the main source behind the science podcast. So, major types of radio science scripts. Now, we will discuss science talk shows. Focus on conversational, interview based format. The script outlines the flow of the discussion, key questions, and potential sound bites. Science features, if we are talking about, so tell a compelling, in depth story. The script includes a narrative arc, sound effects, music, and pre recorded interviews to create a rich auditory experience. And when we talk about live programs, highlight the unique challenges of the live broadcast, such as solar eclipse commentary. The script is more of a running order with key points, sound cues, and flexible structure to allow for live updates and audience interaction. Vox Populi expert interview are the main component of the live program. You can talk to expert live during the from the ground zero in case of solar eclipse or any kind of this kind of solar event or any satellite launch or any kind of lab condition. If you are going to lab for some conference or workshop, you can do on the spot live program running commentary with the experts bites and some audience comments. So live program is the main important part of science radio script. So steps in writing a science radio script. So what are these steps? First and most important step is research. Gather information from authentic sources. They may be journals, reports, research papers, expert interviews, policy documents, or content available on website, maybe some meeting summary, meeting minute summary, or so on. And define audience. You have to know who are going to listen your program. They may be children, farmers, youth, homemakers, or general public lay audience. Choose format. It may be talk show, interview, feature discussion, drama, quiz, and write conversationally. Script as if talking to a friend. You have to talk to a friend. You have to, जैसे आप बातचीत करते हैं किसी फ्रेंड से, you have to just उस तरह से उस अंदाज में you have to prepare your script. You structure the script, introduction, hook, importance of topic. आप जिस तरह से कैसे यू हैव टू हुक, या कैसे आपको पकड़ना है अपने ऑडियंस को जिससे कि वो पूरा सुन के जाए. तो सबसे पहले देयर इंट्रोडक्शन में hook is the important point which shows the importance of topic, why you are entering to that topic, why you have chosen to that subject or sub-theme. Body of the program or script is facts, explanation, examples, and expert voices, and they make the body of your script. And conclusion, key messages or take-home messages, takeaway, call to action, some action points at the last to conclude your program so that audience can think, rethink, and they may act upon as per the take-home message. So add radio elements. Use pauses, sound effects, background music to enhance impact, and revise and time. Keep within program time slot. Rehearse aloud. You have to rehearse because radio is the media with words for the words, but time is the major factor. If you are making a program for 10 minutes, so you have to prepare a script, rehearse aloud. Within 10 minutes, your script must be completed in your conversational tone. No need to give lecture or some speech or some updesh or something. You have to just talk to your mic. You have to talk to your in your studio during recording. So finding your story. Emphasize that a great science program begins with a compelling story. Outline the research process. Current events, tapping into recent scientific breakthroughs, discoveries, and news. So current events are at most important because in your city, any lab of CSIR, DST, DBT, ISRO, DRDO, or so on, agriculture, health sector, environment sector, large, huge variety, earth sciences, a huge variety of labs or research institutions are there. You have to visit to find out what are the current events, what are the seminars, workshops, new research published, and you have to gather the information and to prepare the outline of your and it will research. So it will help you to develop your research and content. So finding your story, timeless topics, addressing fundamental scientific questions that fascinate audiences like the cosmos, human body. Like in human body, you can inform your audience about the importance of protein or amino acid, including your DNA, RNA. All require, your cells need amino acid, and they are made by protein or amino acid. You have to explain very well in depth. And local relevance, finding science stories that directly impact the lives of the local community, like a new agriculture technique, local environmental issues, and so on. Stress the importance of understanding the target audience. It is utmost important because to whom you are communicating, who is your target audience. As per the capability and mindset, you have to produce the program and script. How to convert a science research paper into your content like radio script is a very, very important aspect, because research paper published in highly technical language with lot of jargons, data, graph, and detailed methodology and so on. So explain the core challenge. A research paper is written for an academic audience. A radio script is for a lay audience. So you have to uh, 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 prepare your script from research paper, and how you will prepare the script. So let us discuss. So first of all, deconstruct the paper. Break down the research paper into its core components, that what, why, and so what, who, how, where, to whom. Lot of 7 W's and 1 H. So you have to just break down the paper and find out the main content, core content, findings, right, for your script, and eliminate jargons. Translate complex scientific terms into simple, relatable language, palatable language. For example, instead of RNA fragments, you can say remnants of the virus. So this kind of easy and simple language will help your audience to connect with your program or script. Focus on the narrative. Identify the story within the data. You are the scientist. Who are the scientists and what problem did they solve? And what was the aha movement or wow movement? So use analogies. Explain difficult concept using everyday analogies, like comparing the human circulatory system to a city's road network. So this kind of analogies can help your reader to create the interest in your script, and they will listen carefully what you are saying, what you are communicating for their benefit. So scripting checklist. Read it aloud first. The single most important tip. This help catch the awkward phrasing, tongue twisters, and pacing issues, because you will confident you will after reading and rehearsing the script, it will feel it's an easier thing. So keep it simple. The goal is to inform, not to overwhelm, right? Avoid overcrowding the script with too many ideas. No much data, no too much facts. Some important facts you can give. You can decorate a script with a scientific fact, no problem. But lot of data, lot of too many facts may destroy your script. So use phonetics. Write out phonetic spellings for difficult names or scientific terms. So don't hesitate to do this, because you have to narrate, you have to record your voice for your program based on the script. So attribute sources clearly. Give credit to the scientist and institutions you are discussing. Repeat key messages. Reinforce important points to ensure the audience, who only gets one chance to hear, grasp the main idea, right? And challenges in science script writing. So balancing accuracy with simplicity, right? You have to make it simple as well as accurate. You have to balance the accuracy, avoiding over sensationalism. No need to make it sensational. All right, simple writing, a clear message, and some take home message is better than any sensationalism. Making invisible concepts, atoms, space, microbes, visual through words. You have to create visuals through your words or sentences, and keeping pace with rapidly changing scientific developments, right? So do not spread misinformation, because in lot of our scientific information, health or environment information, there is full scope and chance to spread miscommunication received from our social media or sometime mainstream media. So be careful, check it thoroughly through website and cross check it before presenting anything in your script. And respect diversity and avoid stereotypes, right? So variety of experts, facts and findings, and decorate your script with diversity, no problem, but avoid stereotypes. Acknowledge sources and credit experts. Be careful, because you are doing everything with some source, some website, some annual report, some expert bites, their suggestions. So be careful acknowledging them. Skills to be developed. Writing for the ear, not the eye, because radio is the medium for ear, right? So जो आपके कानों को अच्छा लगता है वो आपको लिखना है. स्टोरी टेलिंग यूजिंग साइंटिफिक कंटेंट. आप जो भी कहानी सुना रहे हैं अपनी स्क्रिप्ट में, उसमें आपको साइंटिफिक कंटेंट के साथ लिखना है, बिकॉज यू आर गोइंग टू प्रोड्यूस ए साइंस प्रोग्राम बेस्ड ऑन दैट स्क्रिप्ट. Research and fact checking skills you have to develop about the cross check of your research, about the findings through research papers, and fact checking skills from various fact check sources. Avoid voice modulation and delivery awareness. You have to practice voice modulation and delivery awareness, how much aware you are during your voice recording or live broadcast. Creative use of sound to complement narration, and making science sound exciting. Right for the ear. The golden rule of radio: use short, crisp sentences. Write as if you are speaking to one person. Paint with sound. Use sound effects, SFX, or and music to create a vivid mental picture. A buzzing lab, the roar of a rocket, or the hum of a machine can bring a script to life. Conversational tone. Avoid an overlay formal academic tone. The script should be engaging, friendly, and serious. Structure for clarity. Use a clear structure with a strong opening, the hook, and well organized body and a memorable conclusion. And the principles. Now we are going to discuss about the principles of science script writing for radio. The golden rule: write for spoken delivery. This is the most critical principle. The language must sound natural when spoken. Avoid writerly language. Avoid complex sentence structures, passive voice, and academic jargons, because you are not writing a research paper or any book chapter. You are just preparing a script for lay audience or fellow citizens, to which you are going to communicate your new scientific findings, discoveries, innovations, inventions, or anything which can be beneficial for them. So use their language. Just put your leg to their shoes and understand their capacity, their capability, understanding capacity, and their language and their feelings. So respect them. So phrases like subsequent to, in light of, and notwithstanding are clunky on air. Replace them with after, because of, and despite. So use simple, plain English or Hindi, whatever language you are presenting your program. So be careful and avoid some phrases like this. So simplicity and clarity are paramount. Short sentences, one idea. A good rule of thumb is one idea per sentence. This makes the information easy to digest. Break down complex thoughts into series of short, punchy sentences. Use concrete nouns and action verbs. Instead of the research had an impact on the development of new technology, you can say the research fueled the creation of new technology. use strong active verbs that create a picture in the listener's mind. Vary sentence length. While short sentences are key, a string of them can sound monotonous. Mix in slightly longer sentences for rhythm, but ensure that they are still easy to follow. The power of you and we. Use you, speak directly to the listener as if they are the only person in the room. You might be wondering, or what does this mean for you? This makes the information feel relevant and personal. Use we. We discussing something that affect everyone. Use we to create a sense of shared experience. We are all seeing the effect of climate change, or the universe continues to amaze us. So the power of you and we are amazing. You can connect your audience directly with your script or narration, and they feel welcome, they feel very happy to listen your voice, your program. When they listen, you are speaking, you are talking to them, right? So you and we are the powerful words. Please note it down and sound it out. A phonetic approach. Mind your phonetics. If your script contains difficult scientific names, foreign words, or complex terminology, write out the phonetic spelling. This helps the announcer deliver the word correctly and confidently. Lot of French words, German words, they have different pronunciations, and we know, suppose English, we don't know other languages than English or other foreign languages. So we have to just write the word in our speaking point of view. It can be Hindi Devanagari, आप हिंदी में उसको लिख लें, या if you write in your English as you have to speak that word. So avoid alliteration. While a literary device in writing, too much alliteration on the radio can sound cheesy or even be a tongue twister for the announcer. So avoid alliteration and use repetition and signposting. Repetition for retention. Repeat key phrases or ideas because the listener can't go back, right? A little repetition helps cement important concepts in their mind, because radio is just like a running ball. You are just bowling to a batsman. So you have to feel like this. So in your running commentary, in your voiceover, in your live program, for example, the team has developed a new type of battery. So a new type of battery that can charge in just minutes. So you have to repeat the battery term. Suppose you are just informing the team has developed a new type of battery and it can charge in just a minute. No, you have to repeat intentionally a new type of battery that can charge in just a minute, because you don't know when your audience are switching on their radio set. So signposting, use clear verbal cues to guide the listener. Phrases like coming up next, on the other hand, or now let's talk about, help the audience follow the flow of the program. The role of the announcer is very, very important. Your script should empower the announcer to be storyteller. Write with pacing in mind. A good script has natural pauses and a rhythm that helps the announcer convey emotion. Don't cram too many words into one sentence. Allow for breathes. थोड़ा सांस भी लेने दें, because you are human being and you must your human feeling must be expressed in your voice, in your sound, when you are delivering your script. Provide emotional cues. Use parenthetical notes to guide the announcer's tone. Say with a sense of wonder or say more seriously. This helps the announcer add the necessary color to the word and use storytelling language. Narrative arc create a sense of a story with a clear beginning, middle, and end. Start with a hook, build the suspense or information, and end with a satisfying conclusion. So, this is all about today's presentation. सभी को नमस्कार.